What are the 7 power and control tactics that narcissists use to control you early in the relationship, and why you can't afford to miss them? Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa. I'm a trauma expert and top doctor, and in this video and on this channel, I help you identify the hidden narcissists in your life so that you can turn that trauma into gold. Imagine being able to rise like a phoenix from the ashes, being able to leave the trauma and the chaos behind you and become stronger and more powerful than ever before. If that's what you're all about, go ahead and click subscribe and click that notification bell. So today we're talking about the 7 ways a covert narcissist uses power and control tactics to control you, specifically early in the relationship. Certainly, as the relationship goes on longer, there are many more that they start to employ, but these 7 are the ones that are sometimes undetected in the early phases, and yet they set the stage for the rest of your relationship. The first is a false apology. Covert narcissists can be extremely good at giving you an apology. They may be excellent at it. You may be thinking, I have never heard anyone apologize so good or so freely, but the trick is they do not mean it. They don't mean it at all. They just know that giving the apology gets them the narcissistic supply that they want. So how can you tell the difference between someone who's just genuinely accountable and good at apologizing and someone who's giving you a false apology? One of the best ways to tell is whether or not they actually change their behavior. If you tell your boyfriend that it hurts your feelings when he comments on how much you eat, and he gives you this really seemingly heartfelt, amazing apology, but then he continues to comment on how much you eat, he is not actually sorry. Or if you tell your husband that it's really hard for you when he lies to you because you feel like you can't completely trust him, and he gives you this seemingly amazing apology but continues to lie to you, you know that he didn't really mean it. It was a false apology. The second power and control tactic that they will use early in the relationship is that of minimization. The covert narcissist is looking to minimize your pain or your experience. They may do this by saying, I get that you're upset, but it's not really a big deal. Or, do we really have to ruin our night over this? Or they may say, I'm really sorry. There's nothing I can do about the past. Can we just move forward? And you're sitting there saying, this doesn't really give me the sense of satisfaction that I'm looking for in terms of feeling really seen and heard, that whatever it is that he or she did was truly troubling and distressing to you. And you're wanting that kind of acknowledgement, that understanding, that validation, that your feelings are real, that they matter, and that the person cares and doesn't want to do it again. But they're not really giving you that. It's just kind of this like, well, I can't do anything about that. Can we just move forward? And you're left kind of feeling like you're a jerk if you want to perseverate on the issue and you're the bad one. And that is an example of minimization. Another tactic that they use so frequently is called deflection. And that's when they deflect, they take the attention off of whatever issue it is that you raised, and they bring up a different issue. So, for example, if you said to your boyfriend, it really hurt me and upset me when you didn't call me back for 3 days. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if you were okay. This was really scary for me. I didn't know what was up with our relationship. And if his response is, you're just too insecure, That's a way of deflecting, right? He's not even addressed the fact that he hurt you by not calling you for 3 days, that you're sharing these feelings or these concerns. He's making it about something else. Or if you were to say, it really hurt me when you showed up late to pick me up for the work dinner. I felt like I didn't matter to you. If he responded, well, you always take so long to get ready, I figured I'd be right on time. That's also minimizing, right? But it's deflection. It's not taking accountability for the fact that he was late, made a commitment to you to go with you to this work function, got to your house late. There's no accountability or apology for that. It's just making it about something else, and specifically something about you. Which brings us to number 4, blame. Covert narcissists love to make whatever the problem is your fault in some way. You're too sensitive, you're too insecure, you're too controlling. They wouldn't have had to lie to you if you weren't so controlling. Or they wouldn't have insulted and hurt you with their comment if you could just take a joke. That's blaming it on you when really the blame falls squarely on them. Number 5 is passive-aggressive putdowns. These are subtle comments that come off as funny or as jokes, joking, teasing, but they don't feel good. Say you're out with your boyfriend and another couple, and the server brings all of your meals and yours is cold, and you're getting ready to send it back, and your boyfriend says to them, see, she really is the princess in the pea. And they all kind of chuckle at your expense, but it was kind of a joke, right? If you were to say anything, you would be being too sensitive. But it's this very passive-aggressive or subtle way of insulting you or putting you down, putting you in your place, that creates this power and control over you. Number 6 is gaslighting. Gaslighting is really messed up. Gaslighting is completely distorting your reality. It makes you question what you know to be true. So say, for example, you and your boyfriend made plans to play tennis after work on Friday. And you show up in your tennis outfit and your tennis shoes and you got your racket and the whole shebang. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. We said we were going to a movie. And you're thinking about this, thinking like, could this really be just like an honest miscommunication? Like, where would I have gotten this wrong? Or where would he have gotten this wrong? And you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute. You say to him, no, like Tuesday night we were watching this movie and this commercial came on and this couple was playing tennis and we said, oh, wouldn't that be a great idea to play tennis before the weather, it's bad for winter or whatever. And we decided to do it Friday. And he's like, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. That never happened. And you're like, what? When it happens once, maybe it's a misunderstanding. But when it starts to happen often, and when you accept that, oh, he must be right, I guess we didn't talk about that, or I must have gotten it wrong or whatnot, then you are being groomed for how you'll behave in the relationship, giving him that power and control. Here's another example of gaslighting. Say in that example I gave you, being out to eat with your boyfriend and the other couple in the restaurant and your food is cold. Say he tastes it and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's perfectly hot. Now you're sitting there thinking, am I just nuts? Do I not know if my food is cold or hot? Am I just being too picky? Now you're in a spot where not only are you questioning yourself, that's the gaslighting, but you also feel like you can't speak up for yourself and send your food back now because the other people in the couple, the other people at the table are going to think you're insane because he's completely undermined and devalued your opinion and your right to enjoy a hot meal. The 7th way a covert narcissist used to control you early in the relationship is through triangulation. This is essentially pitting one person against you and you against them. So say, for example, your covert narcissist coworker, Jane, says to you, you know, Susan really thinks that you're a bitch. She really doesn't like working on projects with you. And in fact, I heard her talking to the boss about how she doesn't want to work with you. Now you're going to develop some feelings about Susan that would otherwise not have been there, right? As a result of this conversation. And given that the covert narcissist friend Jane drew you in with this, like, I'm going to share this with you confidentially, like I've got your back kind of thing. I just thought you should know. You're never going to go talk to Susan about it. You're never going to go talk to your boss about it. And little do you know, this sneaky Jane has gone and told Susan that you said the exact same things. So she's not going to come talk to you either. And now there's this drama in the workplace. You don't like Susan. Susan doesn't like you. Neither one of you really want to work together, but you don't really want to talk about it. And covert narcissist Jane is sitting there watching this drama play out all innocently and enjoying every minute of it. So we've talked in this video about 7 of the ways a covert narcissist uses power and control to control you very early in the relationship. The false apology, minimization, deflection, blame, passive-aggressive put-downs, gaslighting, triangulation. Keep your eyes open, not only in your own relationships, but in the relationships of your friends, of your family, of your coworkers. This is something everyone needs to be aware of. Share this video with them. Help them to become aware of who might be the hidden narcissists in their lives and how they may be trying to control them. And if this really sounds all too familiar in your life, type "too familiar" in the comments. And be sure you watch What to Do When You Discover You're in a Relationship with a Covert Narcissist next. If you'd like extra support, I invite you to join my free private Facebook group, Anti-Fragile Narcissist Survivors. And if you are ready to be seen and heard and become anti-fragile, go to liveantifragile.com. I'm Dr. Melissa, and I'll see you in the next video.